seems more fresh.
Hello guys, it's us again.
You were
too early. You were too early.
My goodness, that was loud.
Meantime, I will install more games.
No, you won't.
What?
Did you change the name?
No, I didn't. But I'm gonna do it right now.
Don't know how hacking works, man. Remember Dario, CIA.
Well, go on.
I create things at Fathers.
My camera's
Now I
God,
can't
man.
hear Dario anymore. Now he's too low again. What are you
created
doing?
things, and father sold them.
Hold it. Oh wait, I can't.
Moment ball! This envelope came after my work, my first work, that was other than a painting.
Fever, let's go.
Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. I received the stamp that was in the... It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Actually, let me adjust the volume real quick.
Man, Dario, why are you always so low?
Huh? Why?
No. I mean, I meant the main volume on my end. There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony.
Not that the witness realizes it.
Very well, please begin the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew mission.
Somehow my passing is very low in the sound. Weird. Oh well, it is what it is.
I created things and father sold them.
Hold it!
Hold what?
So these things you were making are... You mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Oh, Your Honor! She had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Isn't there a little attorney? You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Alright. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a thing. Hey!
What the? What's going on? I didn't even press, and you sound ultra crunchy there.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Dario?
What?
Oh my god, what is going on? You sound completely fucked up and doubled somehow.
Yeah, double.
What? What the heck? Wait, hold on, let me say. Huh?
Dario has quality equipment. Quality.
No!
Well, is it fixed now? I guess so.
Hold on.
By other than the painting, you mean you'd
Is it
only
working
done
now?
paintings up to that... Yeah.
No, it's not.
You'd only done paintings up to that point?
Okay.
Yes! But father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
Uh-oh.
Father handled the deal. All of it.
So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used?
No.
I enjoyed painting very much.
I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusual little world.
Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent
Ellie
them
or
back,
two.
I believe.
Why is she drawing in court?
Why not? I mean,
God.
you would probably do the same thing.
I mean, there was like this one person that smoked. And remember the clown doing the awful jokes?
Oh yeah, oh gosh. Did he follow
Ellie
the
or two.
instructions?
Okay, true, I would.
True, I would.
Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought.
No! I received a stamp that was in that envelope. Hold what? I'm holding it right now.
What do you mean you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Anthraquinine.
A moment, Herr Forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you will tell me, Fräulein Vera. Why did you receive this stamp?
There's something wrong.
Carry 0294. Order LOL.
Order LOL.
Hello. Welcome to the stream, Kyrie.
It was beautiful.
Oh, you
Carry
mean it was one of
0294.
those
Hey guy,
commemorative
smiling face with
stamps?
smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
Smiling face with smiling eyes.
Yes, I think it was.
So, you didn't know about the poison?
I like how she drew that stamp again.
Ah!
I guess not.
So the trap failed by chance, by mistake. Thanks to this commemorative stamp.
Quite the close call.
It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing books.
Carry 0294. Commemorative.
Commemorative.
This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist Drew mission. You did the work and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Wow.
Apparently not.
About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yes?
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new.
Oh shit! Oh no. Terrible.
Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein.
God
No.
damn it. Yay!
Wait.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it.
Magicians?
I love mysterious things. I always have.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Head.
You're confusing mysterious with freaky. Oh.
Fathered me when I was very young.
Oh no, you're crackling again. You're like,
No.
oh my god.
Why is your equipment so garbage, Dario?
If only
Bought
he
it
bought a
from China.
Rode microphone.
Yeah, it's probably from China, made in China.
Everything is... Oh my god.
Please,
Also,
Wait, hold on.
everything is made in China.
Carry0294. Is she partially mute or something?
Is she partially mute or something?
Hold on. Let me restart. Let me unplug the microphone.
Even this power supply is made in
No,
China.
she's just very reserved. No.
It's,
living in a
it's
different
split,
world.
split. I lost some energy.
Hello.
Hello
Is it working
again.
now?
Oh my god, now you sound like a motherfucker. No, just kidding.
You sound like Putin now.
Carry0294. Darius microphone is installed.
So fantastic.
It was a great
Carry0294.
magic show.
Mike sounds
I
fine
loved
now.
it so much.
Mike sounds fine now.
See? Isn't magic great?
Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited.
But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. In fact, I am so
Did she
sad I
just
can't
say
even-
what I think she said? Magic Troopy? Now, where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Apollo!
You're close.
Apollo!
You just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope. And the path it took to take Drew Misham's life. Okay, this
I
is
created
fun.
nothing.
Carry0294. True.
0294. True.
What's happening with the trope? I said the trope. The trope.
It's probably the magicians.
But which evidence do we present?
Of my favorite magicians. Well,
I think it's too early for the for the pink one. But the other stuff is well, it can be the pictures. But it can only be two things.
wow.
Either a
at this
chip or a puff
upscale.
from here, either would work.
Wow, the most upscale thing in this is the serial number. Or,
Well,
and I guess the front of this thing.
This one may
But
require
is-
an elevator.
but is this a
It's skyward
contradiction?
and slow.
it's not really a contradiction, but
The stamp.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think it's this one yet. Or is it?
I just presented. Oh my
That was
god.
correct.
Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch?
9.
Apollo! She's farting! And they're not a bunch.
Oh, I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stand like that in a business letter? Good question.
Pretty stands are always better, and you can't beat Troopy Grammar.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin. Why are you sweating? Why are you so fucking sweating? Prosecutor Gavin!
Grammarier.
Grammar, is this correct?
Is he gay?
Was that grammar?
Might I ask just one question of this witness?
Huh?
In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please, tell me. I gotta go to the toilet! What exactly did you make?
A fake dildo.
Can I ask why?
No! Answer the question! Now!
It was a really nice dildo.
Prosecutor Gavin! Why are you losing your cool? I mean, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize.
Apollo.
But
Apology.
I must know, please, Miss Misham, tell me.
Oh no, he actually says Miss Misham instead of Fräulein.
Yeah, because he's very serious now.
It was a book. A single page. In a book.
Book? Please be more specific.
It was a handwritten book, like a diary.
Scheiße! Scheiße! No, I don't know!
Huh?
Oh! Prosecutor Gaiman! Order!
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gaiman? It looks like he just saw Q-Taro the ghost.
Miss Misham, this book. Ugh. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
How did you know?
Prosecutor Gavin! The defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her.
Ugh.
You're not the blue badger.
Oh. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled Sulite mentor, nothing?
Solid? Who?
Phoenix Wright, who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
Oh, what? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence? Is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in the trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes. Who was it?
It was this one guy. So he says
And
again,
now somebody just took a shit there.
his name was Gavin.
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was.
The other guy, maybe?
What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face
Oh
again.
no.
Yes, what? Is there something about me?
It was you.
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it? Vera!
Fuck
fucking dead. The devil.
Sorry, is he dead now?
Defendant
Die.
Vermission, condition unconscious.
Man.
Examiner's diagnosis, acute atroquinine poisoning.
What?
Oh, what?
Are you serious?
This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Mission. Drew Mission was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant.
Carry 0294. Did she die?
Did she die?
No, she's just
Carry
unconscious.
0294.
Was
Oh,
the
what
pen
happened?
poisoned or what? The
Oh,
pen?
what?
The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She's currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors.
It wasn't poisoned now. The pen, the paper.
The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial.
Oh,
Look, it's
now
the
you have.
classic music.
Damn.
In some ways, that was the starting point of it all.
Look how
That is
cool I
weird.
was! I have glasses, a leather jacket.
To find the whole truth.
Is this now a flashback or what? Or something? What?
What?
Oh, already? Didn't it yesterday? Oh, no way, it didn't end.
So now you have to voice Phoenix Wright again, I guess. Because now it's the classic one. Right?
Is this now a flashback or what?
I guess so, yeah.
It sounds like a flashback now.
Yeah, I remember it actually. Showdown time.
I am.
I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Oh. Well?
Well,
Seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Oh yes, over a game of cards.
that was how we first met 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright's final trial.
That's a long time.
Wow,
Look,
at
it's
this.
the old image.
Yeah. Now they just reused an image. But look, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
But it's not as sharp as the other collection. I think.
Yeah, seems like it, alright. Oh, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Got to try and relax. Ah, good morning, Mr. Enigma.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand. I am asking the impossible of you.
Impossible! Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
Morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine as always.
Oh, PM left the room, so that means he's fapping now because of this lolly.
No. Oh no. This old boy is here to help me after all.
That's young man to you. Old boy. Oh my god. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. PM really likes it. A little too much. Ah.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Why they're
Oh, I'm
censoring the name? Even it's clearly. Isn't it clear who
Oh.
it is?
I guess so, yeah. Well, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Oh, old boy.
Huh? Me? Look what he started.
Here.
What's this?
It seems
Seems
fate's
fate.
clock. Well, it's me, right? It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least, only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give my thanks. Farewell.
I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. Notebook page added to the court record.
Oh, but we read it now. Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
We'll get through it. Somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is difficult in the situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Die! I mean, they will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible?
Yes, isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
So, PM, how are you feeling right now?
No comment.
He's so far away, I can't hardly
No
hear him.
comment.
Probably
No,
because of all these
he's shaming
fappings.
me. He's shaming me. Into
We are not supposed to hear all these fapping sounds. My
Well,
first look at the case was only yesterday. And the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
but not until the next game.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now.
Metroid.
I am in your
Solved.
capable hands, Mr. Wright.
My client is Shady Enigma,
A very
He's
shady
so
person.
shady.
known to the world as Zach Grammaire, a widely popular magician, star of True P Grammaire. His mentor, Magnifi Grammaire, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in the golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Grammaire is the suspect. The suspect.
10 a.m.
Oh look, there's this again.
Gosh,
Yeah,
don't-
because now this is the original Phoenix
Game.
Wright engine, you know. It has to be like this.
Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigma. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms? The pounding hearts? A Gavin Near's concert's got 10 times the thrill this gig's got.
Who are you again?
Clavier.
Klavier.
Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah?
Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavins.
Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy.
I know what you're thinking. You're out of the league, rock boy. True, My debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah?
Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro-rock accent, by the way.
I'm just getting warmed up, Herr Attorney Wright. Am I racist?
Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case.
Achtung, baby! Time to call him the opening act. What was his name again? Oh yes, Detective Gumshoe! Hit it!
Oh, finally, he's back.
Damn! He looks exactly the same. And you are... Wait, didn't I just say your name?
Hey, you were the one who caught me up here, sir. Actually, his eyes look kind of different.
Kinda, yeah.
Something is wrong. What the? we should play one of the older games again and see if he is looking different.
Wait, Gumshoe.
Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide. Yeah, something is off about his eyes. I don't know what it is.
Maybe you're just
You know, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but something is off.
didn't see him for 1 year or
well,
something.
okay, looking at this...
You should look at one of our old videos or something.
Well, actually, I'm looking at like one of the artworks from the game. Here, like on this one, it has like white pupils on the middle, and in this one he doesn't. That's what makes it different.
It's fine.
So that's the issue, I guess. That makes it look a bit weird.
There is a difference why or something.
It's just an upscale, probably. This was just AI upscaled.
Even though they
The
could have
other
just
game
used the, you know, the ones that they already had. It's kind of weird.
I'm a homo. I mean, homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe, long time no see. Hey, you! Yeah, it looks really off with the white pupils, actually.
See?
It's fine. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today's today, Paul. Today, I win and you lose. I can't stop looking at his eyes now.
That is really, really
Just
weird.
ignore it. Just
This is like Wario stoned, you
Yeah,
know,
what the
Wario
heck?
Stone.
just look somewhere else. Look at his
Oh my
body.
god! Oh fuck! I got
Look at the
confidence
background.
in my testimony today. See? Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Yeah, that,
Look at the
that
background.
is weird.
Actually, this face also looks different. I don't know. Something is off. I don't know what it
Yeah, like I
is.
said,
It's
I
a
mean,
DS game. I mean,
this is just, I think these are all just upscaled, like, I think they just took the sprites and just upscaled them with some hardware. Like, you know, like some
Will it-
upscaler,
will it
and that
look
they didn't do
worse
much,
then?
really. Like, the other
I
one
don't know.
was,
This
was
face, for
wrong.
example, also looks a bit different than. You
maybe
know.
it's sweet one. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony?
Herr Detective, this is my stage. Can the antics...
Can the antics? Ah!
all this hey Ewing and such. And I could care less about your history together. Bitch.
Ugh. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
Is at least the judge the same?
Well, it looks the same, yeah. It happened 6 days back, in a room at the General Hospital.
Wow.
The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed.
Holy
The
shit.
killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam! Lights out. Them's the facts.
They them.
There's no blood whatsoever.
Yes. Not so
It's a
long
kid's
ago,
game, man.
the victim, Magnifique Ramirez, was a
child.
famous man. Yeah, well, but
for-
we saw blood before, actually. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name, magnified to one of my generations, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Oh, this is just like Kyutaro. If you ask a Japanese kid, you know, these days, who Kyutaro the ghost is, they won't recognize it. They don't know who this character is. Isn't that sad, Dario?
Well, I mean, if they don't even re-release it anymore, then you're bound to forget it.
But the older people, they all know Kyutaro the ghost because they've seen them, you know, on everything back then in the 60s.
Instead,
and
they
70s
know
and 80s.
what is he called again? Doraemon. There you go.
Huh.
They know probably that character.
Yeah.
Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Truby Gramera has made quite a name for themselves.
Oh my god, I'm so stoned! Anyhow, the retired Magnify has been in the hospital for the last year.
Yeah, see, look, I'm looking at a artwork right now. He doesn't have those white pupils. And the
They
beard...
should fix this.
Also, the beard is more detailed as well. Like, here, it's just a bunch of lines.
Okay.
And... what else? He's a little bit darker in this image. Like, here he's totally white. Like, ultra white. They whitewashed him.
Oh!
but to the extreme.
What was it? A more ignorant tutor or something? Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah.
A malignant tumor, perhaps.
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact.
Magnify's chart added to the court record.
The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him?
I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit a murder when the victim was about to die?
Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diarrhea. I mean, diabetes.
Diabetes?
In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin. When he was shot with the pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was cleared at the end of his life. Just like the PlayStation 5.
LOL. Small syringe added to the court record.
I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot at this dying man? What reason could he have had?
Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir! Oh my god, my eyes. Holy shit. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in the butt. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
I mean, look at his eyes. It's so odd now. Oh
yeah,
my
no,
god.
it's those pupils. It's those white pupils. They weren't there before.
Hey Dario, you need to file a bug report to who did this?
Capcom, I guess.
Yes. And tell them that they should fix their shit.
And then they're gonna say, well, this was intended.
Anirachu, why is everyone fucked now?
Why is everyone fucked now?
Because AI upscaling, I guess.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. To my beloved student, Zach. Hey, Hey!
Magnifi's letter added to the court record.
Very unusual indeed. Although could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Oh, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing bothers me about this. Why does my sprite look different?
He also looks whitewashed. Like he's brighter than usual.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Why didn't he just say 11?
What?
What?
Why haven't he come at 11:05 without some specific reason? Well, maybe he was just a very punctual man, you know?
The devil is in the details, Herr Attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Grammer, was given an eye view.
Eye view? Ivy? What?
There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed.
At 11, a doctor would come and set up his IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for an empty bag. For the empty bag. This happened every night without fail.
So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption during his IV.
Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He couldn't have at least mentioned it to me.
What was that?
Metroid, someone's returns.
Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in.
Wait, that's a
Why are you
different
playing
voice.
this instead of...
Nah, I was installing some games and now I'm
Why are you
done
doing
with
this?
installing.
You're supposed to look at what we are doing. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it.
But yesterday we didn't talk about
Oh,
PlayStation.
I disagree.
I disagree, Mr. Paper Mario.
The victim was, indeed, shot in the forehead after all, just as he had
These are not-
commanded.
Miss Hair
Please-
Forehead.
At least I'm not talking about
Mr.
PlayStation.
Forehead.
It could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change.
Thanks, Paul.
I love you.
PAL version? I know the PAL version.
Wow.
Fine, I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder.
And this letter was sent by the victim?
There it is! Gotcha! You're all mine this time, Paul! Huh?
Huh?
I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake.
Oh, I see.
Ha 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 ha! Score one for the boys!
I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed?
But a letter ordering your own death? Things aren't what they used to be, I guess.
I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead.
How can you be so sure?
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get the noggin cranking.
Cranky call.
You failed to grasp the concept of questioning, Detective.
First, we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal.
You failed to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, Detective.
You also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright. As far as I can tell from looking at this photo,
there's no
The clown
blood!
also shot.
there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
There's no blood.
The photo, maybe there's something in there I can use. So they are saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead? I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigma shot something else.
I mean, the clown is damaged.
Yeah, it was noticeable from the beginning. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes.
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Bingo, Paul. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Wow.
Oh? The defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make.
Ugh. What? And you can prove that with this photo?
I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
Obviously, his penis, right here. No, just kidding. It should be this.
The clown doll?
Take a closer look. See?
Take a look.
It's been shot in the forehead, too.
Oh! There's a hole in its forehead!
Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Ha! And I suppose you have a reason as why he shot the clown doll?
He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead.
His forehead? Oh!
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
Also, it's kind of weird seeing Wright being alone on the side. Usually he has
Yeah.
like a partner.
Hey, where's Maya?
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff! Send someone to investigate this matter!
I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. Also, I look different again. Compared to the previous games.
Yeah, it looks weird.
The bullet hole in the clown's doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the might fall.
How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get.
Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if you shot the clown? You still shot the victim, Paul.
So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim?
Hey, not a bad summary, Paul.
More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever.
That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself.
Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me?
Well now, Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system. Shall we continue with the testimony?
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully, which I haven't yet, actually.
Actually, my eyes are perfectly fine, Mr. Wright.
Hold it! No, they aren't.
Oh, look at this upscale, oh my god. Each attorney's badge has a number engraved on the back. No two numbers are the same. So if you drop it, people will know it was you. Better make sure I don't lose mine.
Wow, this is some censoring, alright.
Single gunshot to the head. Cause of death, loss of blood from bullet wound. Note, malignant tumor found in victim's liver.
What? What is that sound?
I don't know what that is. I only hear it very faintly in the background. Malignant tumor in liver has progressed to final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes, requires regular insulin. Man,
that guy was fucked.
yeah. I always hated getting shots. I guess McAfee was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Wait. If McAfee used this to inject his insulin, why are there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. Well, read this, man.
To my beloved student, Zach. To you, I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Home on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will be ready, a gun with which you will shoot. 1 shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. If I die, then you kill.
Oh, I guess I haven't done this. You mean this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo?
That's the one! It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
So you verified the murder weapon, in other words?
You bet we did. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, Paul? You never heard of Zack and Valen's quick draw shoot 'em?
Huh? What's that?
One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Valen stand on either side of a girl. Then they fuck her from the front and from the back. No, just kidding. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This was one of the pistols they used in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
Oh, great.
Just
you know,
because
that
of
would
a
explain a
gun.
lot about the police force. Oh!
Oh,
Sherby Grammer stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since.
The court would like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here she is.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past.
It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can't fire real bullets.
It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV.
Yeah, but it can only hold 1 round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently.
So, were any fingerprints found on the gun?
Unfortunately,
And there are
no.
two. I understand piss instead of pistol.
Piss instead of pistol.
Piss!
Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own. Oh, fuck.
Uh-huh! Intriguing point, well made.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not well made, not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts this evidence.
Stage pistol added to the court record. Fires one real bullet. Barrel marks match bullet found in victim. No fingerprints found. Isn't there already the contradiction? It can only fire one bullet, and 2 bullets were fired.
Well,
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony.
So what if you shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal.
Actually, well,
Yes.
I mean, is it already time to present this?
well, I mean,
It can only fire one shot.
yeah, technically.
If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here. It's a one-shot only model, and I guess this bend is where you load it. So, this is the famous Grammar golden gun. They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. I wonder if they pretended to miss their targets too?
Oh. Well, yes.
Oh, nice.
That's why you got
Trickiest
it now.
cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and...
Did
Yeah.
nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
The murder weapon? Oh!
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one piss. I mean, one bullet at a time.
What if he reloaded or something?
If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too.
Yeah, the music.
That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They are not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
Oh! Ha ha ha! I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this part is just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet, beyond my good looks and startling record sales.
Oh, great. An utter lack of humility.
Actually,
oh, what's
Wright
this?
seems very confident.
It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Like I said, Herr Detective, was just a warm-up act.
Ugh.
Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Grameri who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Court is adjourned. And this is the perfect time to swap to Dario.
Wow, that's so great.
Yeah.
This was a short part. Oh.
Damn.
So we have a new witness. How with a new character.
Nice part.
I need a character to voice, damn it.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's another witness.
I hope it's a new character.
Oh, whoops.
What the hell, man?
I
Why did you smoke?
I just quit the game.
Did you smoke your hot dog? Did you smoke your salad? I just hope it's a new character. Something we didn't...
Number 2. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
You've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth here yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
Speaking of which, where is she?
You have seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Anarachu.
Yes.
What really happened on that day? Anarachu. And who came back?
Anarachu. And who came back?
Wow.
What?
Yes,
Well-
and the reason he speaks of.
PM
I cannot
came
deny-
back, I guess.
And I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say. For now, at least. Also, don't you see my fucking gun on the left?
What's this for now business?
I've done many things in my life. Some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident?
Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at that appointed time. And found there, upon his bedside table, 2 pistols.
Two?
Which is are photoshopped into the picture, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this shit. Like,
Well,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Because of the white outline, probably. The glow.
Yes, the one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Valant.
Oh, for the Zack and Valen's quick draw thing?
My mentor had the look of a one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though, not his first.
So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been this steadfast, and I fear I brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi cursing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troopy Grimmer?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown! I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you'll find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yes. Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks?
Yes, there's something. My mentor. His eyes opened.
What? Magnifi Grimmer?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. Man, what the fuck? And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion. Maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Ah, Mr. Wright! Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
Zach Romero. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom.
Once again, I am in your hands.
Right, let's get back in there.
No, I won't. Fucking asshole. Wow.
Oh! Where's the... Whatever. What is now back in session?
What was that?
You know... you know the noise at the beginning? Where he has to use his gavel to shut them up, like...
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
Oh, this is news. And the rifling marks.
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, though they did find a weapon time matches the murder weapon.
Oh, well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
You're a decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words?
Twice.
Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Ah!
Damn! Phoenix is roasting today.
Yeah, why is he so cold? Holy shit. Oh, don't worry, on my account, I'm quite confident. This witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being that the other half of the True Grammair's famous duo, Zack and Valant.
Vale and Grammaire. So we get to meet the great Magnify's other disciple.
Not a new character? Damn. It's bad. It's terrible.
Well, you can use this. You can voice this character.
Yes.
Because I'm just the old version.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
I need to think.
Something cool and flashy.
Flashy? This is too hard. I mean,
Oh my god.
wait. Valant Guermer, magician. Is this enough? Did you hear me? That Valant Guermer, magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student your partner's guilt.
Fate, the grand illusion, filled with the traps and tricks.
Wait. The shooting took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you are a witness, does that mean you were there that late?
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Wait. That's the same letter Zach Romero received.
Yes, or perhaps I should say, tada! Why are you lying, Judge? What's wrong with you? And what does it say? It's surely not the same thing.
Oh no, I just found it so funny that you both said yes in unison there.
What does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
Don't have a man voice ready for this.
My beloved
Oh, it's
student
practically
Valant,
the same.
to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. On the 13th, 11:20 p.m. I
Well, that's a
ready
different time.
I will ready a gun, which you will shoot One shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know.
We already know one is fake or
The
not.
court accepts this into evidence.
Wasn't one? I think one was. Wasn't there one fake?
This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your Troopy Grammar up to?
By which you mean?
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him! Both of them, no less. Oh,
It's just my
We already
opinion,
know.
here, Judge. But
They said one
from
is fake.
these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together. In so doing, shared much of our lives. Yeah. When people are so close, there's a strain, a warping of relation, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand.
By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Ramirez, stands accused. Tell us why.
Oh, I do more than that. For where we walks, the word was singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Woohoo!
Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time.
Ha 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 ha. As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up.
The question is which one is real?
None of them.
Did I have to call? That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final blow. I did not imagine my fellow student mate have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with that is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss. I gave it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police.
So you were the
Carry
one-
0294. Watch both letters be
reported
fake
the
LOL.
crime.
Watch both letters be fake LOL.
Lol.
Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion.
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Romero, is guilty!
And if it wasn't Zach Romero, then the killer was you, Valen.
Oh, yeah.
And no disappearing act will get you out of that. To be honest, he kinda looks shady to me, this guy here.
I mean, just look at him.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested.
Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m.
Indeed. In magic, timing is everything.
Right.
Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secret of my magic.
Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see?
12 gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final blow.
So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby?
I did not consider this, to be honest. It's forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Look.
Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid.
No, you are the one imagining. This is forbidden for a liar to have a good imagination.
The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. Oh!
I did not imagine if my first student may have received the same instructions.
Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse.
So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse.
But McAfee wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zack couldn't?
Because I have a will of steel, of course, and steel balls.
Wow.
Also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong.
So which is it?
Mind if I continue? Yeah. Yet a deal with the dad is still a deal. That sweet kiss, I gave it to the clown.
There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you?
No doubt my partner Zack has said much the same thing.
Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valen, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely...
Everything. The number of pistols? Lol. Maybe we can try everything or not.
In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet?
I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. The bullet was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. A magician is always prepared, you see.
Prepared for?
One never knows when my miracle will be called. Magician always has 7 doves in his pocket and a white rabbit up his sleeve. Each sleeve.
Clearly, we're dealing with professionals here.
Is this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really so important?
Maybe we can check, I don't know. It's like the other time where you need to press everything and...
Without a loaded bullet, we wouldn't have a murder. It's very important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey? This was already loaded. I already
What was
had
this
to pull the
pause?
trigger.
What was that weird pause here?
There was always making pauses, so... I would...
If the pistol was already loaded, something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints on it?
You should know that we often trope when we are capable of many things. Flying pigs. Wait. One of these being the levitation of iron balls. Without touching them.
Oh, great.
There's no magic involved here. The shooter was just methodical, is all. He simply wiped everything off fingerprints.
Can't really do much with fingerprints that weren't there. Maybe I should ask about something else?
The location of the number.
Where exactly was the pistol when you entered the room?
Atop a small bedside table, it was. As if to say, here I am, take me into your hand, pull my trigger, shoot him.
The victim clearly wanted to be shot.
But why?
Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang.
What a good joke.
Yet we will never hear the truth of his lips, so all we can do is guess.
Is the location of the pistol that important?
Yes, quite important.
Without a murder weapon, there would be no murder. It's very important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
I do, but obey again.
Oh man, this is another one of those where you just have to, you know.
I took up the pistol from the small
One of them
table
is
and
totally
shot
correct.
the clown. Well, it's obvious that that's
Why did you do that? I would think calling the police would come first.
Then you know nothing of the relationship between the master and this disciple. Ha. If your master says die, you die. Do you understand?
No.
You've jumped from a
So
cliff.
you're going
I
to
also jumped.
die?
Die!
Certainly not. It was but an example. In any case, I wanted to fulfill my obligation. A file courtesy to a great mentor. Or perhaps not.
Perhaps I'm totally confused. Maybe I should ask about something else? How many pistols were there when you entered the room?
3. By which you mean what, precisely?
2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valen quick draw shootout, correct? 1 for each of you.
You are well informed yet. Only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night.
What did Zack tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. In fact, there were upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
Oh, I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it?
Indeed I did. A la Kazam, a la Kasing, a la Kaboom.
Is the number of pistols really so important?
Yes.
The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
I think this is the what I do, but obey. I think this is the one because it was a flashback. Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shoot the clown.
So you took the only pistol there and fired it?
That's correct.
And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene?
Good show. I see. You too. I'm a magician of sorts.
And you're an idiot of sorts. Oh, damn. What a roast. Do you have any idea what you just said?
I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about hitting up this trial a bit? These slow bells bore me.
I've got a hunch, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else? On second thought, let's run with this testimony for a while longer.
Well, you didn't hear the last one.
Yes, it
I
did.
informed the doctor and the police. I don't think we did the last one.
So you informed the
I mean, this
police.
one.
What did you do then?
What do you suppose I did? Used my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm.
After I made my report, I caught Dr. Mario, and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed it. Stomach medicine.
We've compared this with the doctor. It all checks out. He praised Mr. Valen's knowledge of stomach medicine, in fact.
As an honor I do not deserve, but I accept.
Both of Magnif's students received the same letter. Both admit to having gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired and one of them killed Magnify. Time to find the cracks in this testimony. Time for some hacking and cracking.
Well, I guess I'll just show the gun with the fourth one.
Again?
That's-
We did show the gun once before or not?
Yeah, but the...
Sometimes
the-
it's rare that you use 2 times the same evidence.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I have. Well, what can I show you?
You says, do we have something from Zach? Something saying, no. What do we have here? Let's just think 2 times the same evidence. It's rare actually, but,
Yeah, but
twice.
the other guy also said that he shot the clown. So that can't be. It has to be that man.
According to the defendant,
Raccoon Mario. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Raccoon Mario. According to the defendant, Raccoon Mario, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2! One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it
Carry
in his
0294. Time to crack the
in
case.
his pocket.
Time to crack the case.
Yes.
Cracking. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valen has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense.
What made that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
No. That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valand. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifle marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Mr. Valand, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Every time it gets louder and louder with the
Well, this is all rather sudden.
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, the court an apology. Sorry.
I was wrong all
Apology
along.
video? Sorry for what?
Carry 0294. Order.
Oh, the
You see.
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of the gun that fired it.
But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add.
Well, what an
Would you hold
amateur.
me? Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth?
That was just this morning.
I'm still young, man. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would have not been having this pleasing discussion now.
Scheiße.
Angry Mayor,
Yes, Johanna.
you were presented to this court as a decisive witness. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Oh, roasted that guy. I roasted him.
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valan entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, Herr Wright, the real fight is about to begin.
Bring it.
Bring it on.
Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
I shot the clown. Not. I arrived at hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After I discovered the body, I fulfilled my obligation and called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. It was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, Not me.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi?
It's easy to explain this situation, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years, Hard Time for Love. Hear the song,
That
press
title
the play
doesn't even
button.
make... The title doesn't even make sense.
I know, right?
Like, what about 13 years and It's Hard for Love? What kind of song title is that?
It just make sense, man.
Somebody had to just, make a song title.
In Japanese,
It's
it
like,
was
okay.
different in Japanese.
Cue the
know,
song,
but
press the play button, and it'll be play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Maybe
That's
it's a
it.
bad
It's pretty
translation
short
or
for a
something.
song. Do it 100 times, and the result is the same.
The debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff.
God, that is very
Actually,
It's like
actually,
a
I
MIDI.
don't agree with that sentiment because there's lots of songs that I really, really love that are below 2 minutes even.
Which one?
Well, some unreleased
Carrie
R&B music,
0294.
for
I
example.
shot the sheriff
From
musical notes.
Mario.
I shot the sheriff multiple
Mario?
musical notes.
Musical notes. I shot the
So, yeah.
sheriff. Anyways.
Actually, I tend to dislike songs that go on for like way too long, like 10 or 20 minutes. I don't even listen to that stuff.
And those songs with
Actually,
7 minutes or 8
Those are like
minutes.
those old songs. The ones that were on vinyl were usually
Which
like
one?
6 minutes long.
Oh.
But
How
anyways.
about
Carrie
Matches the word with the
0294.
utmost
Have a
precision.
grinning face with squinting eyes.
Ha ha ha, smiling face with open mouth and tightly closed eyes.
Tightly closed eyes.
in the
Hocus
Bobby
pocus.
word?
Carrie
Requires
0294.
Bobby
Vinyl.
4. Vinyl.
word. And in the time of death,
Carrie
determined by the
0294.
doctor, there
Vinyl.
is over
Vinyl.
truth.
I couldn't hear you over this text-to-speech thingy, but very well. The prosecution warns us that we are dealing with rather precise times. And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty! Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Like always. I mean,
Carry on, right.
they always say this. Oh. I arrived at the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m.
Hold it. 11:20 p.m. Can you prove that's when you arrived?
Alas, such a feat may be beyond even the great Valent. For there was no one in that room but Magnifi, and he was departed after a fashion.
I have here the defendant Zakramar's sworn deposition. I snuck into his room that night at that point in time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive.
The time indicated by this letter to Zach was 11:05 p.m.
Exactly. Which means the witness could not have entered that room before 11:15. Because his partner was still in the middle of his crime.
I see someone did their arithmetic homework.
You see, the defendant himself has corroborated the witness's testimony.
Does that all make sense?
It's really to hear all of the
I
tests
lose a
before
life
you do
if
something.
I choose wrong.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I say not a problem.
I don't see any problem with that testimony.
If you say so. Let's continue, shall we?
Sometimes the matching things of all is the truth. I mean to check everything anyway. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and then called in doctor.
You walk in on the murder, and the first thing you do is shoot the fucking clown?
The disciple does what the disciple must.
Wow, he's dying.
My mentor's request without reason had caused for me a sore fate of sorrow. And for what a world I, Valent, be now without him. May the soul of magnificent great find greater peace above. This I muttered to myself as I pulled that lonely trigger. What?
In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for the one of right moments, Herr Attorney.
May I remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties. Proceed with that in mind.
Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this is turning out to be. A pain in
Oh,
the ass.
this time we don't need to do something. A doctor examined the body before the police arrived.
Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death?
Why, yes, I believe he screamed, "My God! Oh my God! He's been shot in the head!"
Oh.
It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I probably would have screamed the same thing.
But there's no blood! And I would have penned the requiem that arose in my soul at that horrid sight.
Whatever happened to good old-fashioned investigation?
In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney.
Carry 0294. Way to point out the
May I
obvious.
remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties. Proceed with that in mind.
Yes, Your Honor. What a pain in the ass this is.
So here we
again.
can't choose anything? It was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. Press X to doubt. How could the doctor be so precise with the time?
Well, press X would be history.
We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
As reveals in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction.
I see another person has done their arithmetic homework.
The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Right there, I guess. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnified Grammar's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnified took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down the bag to the end.
Oh! The needle's been removed!
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot.
That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount of remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began.
IV report added to the court record.
And so it was when I, Valent, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since the whole crime was committed. And this is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Did that seem important?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't see any problem with that testimony.
If you say so. Let's continue, shall we?
The most magical thing of all
Is my
is
penis.
the truth. I'm not in the room at the time, was my partner, not me.
You entered that hospital room at 11:20 p.m. The time given by the defendant, Zach Romero, was 11:05 p.m. You didn't run into him at the hospital that night?
This is why I never perform with other amateurs, you see.
Huh?
Picture, if you will, the nighttime hospital. Outside, only the pale light of the moon. If two dressed as were to meet in such circumstances, I dare say that will ruin the mood completely.
The mood isn't in question here.
I believe the witness is saying they didn't meet, yeah?
What is magic if not the study of beauty? This meeting was not only out of the question, it was impossibility.
What is magic if not the study of how to make absolutely no sense at all? That said, was there a contradiction in there?
There's a contradiction.
I don't see any problem with that testimony.
If you say so! That's what Riku said in Final
Something of-
Fantasy.
Since the mention thing of all is the truth.
An alibi over a matter of minutes, precise is right. Impressing with impunity will earn me a nice penalty too. Better focus on one thing, this time of death.
Well, now we have like 3 possibilities.
Well,
The
there
one
you
where
go.
I
You
need to
said it
do
right there.
something.
You said right there,
Yeah.
time of death, which must be this one. There.
Well, the thing got updated.
Can't skip this text?
No. You can wait.
Look, I can't like make it faster.
Then speed up
here.
in the options. And
Yeah, but usually you can press like B or something.
Yeah,
and it will skip.
maybe something is new here, maybe. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
on this statement, the thing got updated or not?
This is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Did that seem important?
That's
Very important. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic.
Minute,
Very well.
update or not?
The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
My penis.
His past is so long. The water of life springs of eternal. The red EV liquid proves my innocence. Ivy.
Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance?
When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me, assault. Next time, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead.
Aviation Ripper doors.
And then
Aviation
his
Ripper
left
doors.
arm did
What we're
spine,
doing 7 years ago in
arose,
Phoenix Wright
dropping
last
and
case.
wilted.
Yes.
And wilted.
Yes.
And wilted. It's
Exactly.
torn. The scarlet ivy needle from Pokemon.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you, if that IV had not been there, why you might be a suspect.
Indubitably so. A hard word. Let's say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your lucky color?
Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, bring me luck. Why, when Zack Valent and Valent won their first magician Grand Prix?
Aviation Ripper doors.
Yes.
Well, the original OG theme again.
And
Ah.
the Association of International Magicians was adorned in this attire then too. Your trophy, a bust. What it was.
This is one trip down memory lane no one needs.
That color is indeed in that EV2. I say I think it's IV, like in I say things that was good, especially for me, Valent.
That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on his testimony?
And Shu looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony?
What do we for me to show something then or not?
It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. But not this time.
Aviation
Mr.
Ripper doors. Not MMY million scene.
Your lucky colors just betrayed you.
I'm afraid you lost me.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. Oh no, that sounds very generic. What?
Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Aviation river.
Baseless
Aviation
accusations will
Ripperdoors.
be duly
Green flag.
penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based and black-pilled.
Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here.
That was correct.
Very well, let's hear the defense's claim.
Or not?
Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Venom has told us?
Well, the pistol because it's yellow, and his lucky color is yellow.
But I should be sure the threat had the same thing. It never happened in any game.
Are you sure? Wasn't there a case where we've shown like one thing almost every time?
Don't know. This was this one with the cipher or something. They all showed something three times.
No, maybe that. Well, I mean, that thing is green. This liquid, not yellow. Didn't he say that that thing was supposed to be yellow? That's what he
What
said.
says the history?
No, he just said his lucky color is yellow. That's it. Pretty much.
No, look, see, my lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too.
Oh
yeah,
my god,
that's it.
you're right. Oh my god.
See, that's I remember reading something.
That's why I always think the things through to the end before you do
And
anything.
I think it is that.
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Herr Brock, just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure. And I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say.
And you will lose all of your life if it's fucking wrong.
It's the
What does it say now?
do we need to
Now you need to show the green
Back.
thing there. Yeah, this one.
Yes.
Venom Grammaire, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes?
kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes.
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright.
Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene.
What's this?
Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your Eloise eyes spy?
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Van. Look at that IV bag.
What is this? What, Frau Magic,
It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Wow.
Wow. In fact, he has bunnies.
Order! What does this mean?
Ugh. This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness is mistake.
Oh.
The greener they are, the harder they fall.
Oh.
I suppose there's no substitute for experience.
Oh.
Grammaire, as you reminded us several times. Your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not.
well,
This contradiction can mean only one thing.
And to think you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. See, I said the title of the game. I
Wow.
said it.
update
That is
Martin
the
report.
contradiction.
Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
He's colorblind.
Aviation Ripper doors.
Because the witness
Don't
has
search
made no
hamster.
mistakes.
IT doesn't show a hamster. IT shows PRN.
I agree, at glance the IV liquid does appear as sort of greenish yellow, but assure the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook?
Wow.
It looks like, I want to say light blue.
Then yellow.
Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow
Aviation
liquid in a blue
Ripper
bag
All
and
photosynthesis.
You get green.
this, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it.
Man. What?
As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is.
Grave?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that?
Aviation Ripper doors. X-Wave Lang.
It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you?
Oh!
Oh shit.
Ah!
Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask. How did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow?
Alakasa.
Order! Order! Order!
Aviation Ripper doors. Prosecutorial
Stop
Investigation
it!
Committee.
You will explain this at once.
Aviation Ripper doors. Prosecutorial Investigation Committee.
The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what?
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Van Grimmer,
It's gay.
has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because...
Can I be the one?
Well...
Either
this
he
needle
seen it before, or
pop-
he knew the liquid's color.
Yeah, well, he saw the liquid when he shot him. When the
Raccoon
needle
Mario,
dropped out
because-
or something.
Because.
But, yeah,
We know it's not the top one.
Aviation Ripper doors. He'd seen it
I say
before.
he'd seen it before.
Yeah. Because
Yeah. From the facts
Aviation
before us, the
Ripper
answer
doors.
is clear.
He'd seen it before.
The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before, but not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag.
I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you will find your meaning, Your Honor.
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, okay?
The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag.
Wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag
Aviation
uses
Ripper doors.
liquid.
Da. Ty Crab.
I'm
Mol
right,
Chakdoma.
right.
Eagle Ruskoya Ziknea Bilaruskaya Grupa. Cyrillic lettery Cyrillic letter ha musica Cyrillic lettery Ty
Right,
Xtima
good.
Ruskam Yazakai Pridea Dim Yeshai Balia Yasabia Nuayu Cyrillic lettery Unico Nuayu Atmos Firu. Oni Dies Vidiel no Sas Deat Sami Echadiel Nuayu.
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Just no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV... my power bank!
What now?
we almost reached the end, but it died at the worst possible moment. It's horrible.
No! However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
Ugh! Let me get this straight here, right? You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag?
Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow?
No, wait. I said wait. I'm sure as massive as say to perform such a test.
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. Oh.
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
Oh, he has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag.
You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death.
I'm tired of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth?
Valen Grimer, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime.
We'll ask what you are
Aviation
suggesting.
Ripperdoors. How did you lose your badge? Phoenix Wright. Well, it started the day Napoleonic War has started.
Well, it started the day Napoleonic War has started.
Wow. Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was...
This
Oh
thing?
yeah. I guess so?
This is the only
It's
thing.
possible that we have something else.
Look, it has been washed.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is really the only evidence we have.
It's the only evidence we have, everyone.
The victim's syringe.
It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use.
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean. Not a trace of liquid is in it.
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin?
What?
The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside.
Oh!
Well, Valen Grimer, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock, and one that you could manipulate at will.
No, I don't believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there's a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work.
I see there are no objections. Court is adjourned.
No.
Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds
What
one
was
to
the man?
truth so effectively.
Huh?
A word to the wise. Underest the young and they'll sweep your feet from under you. In a way
Aviation
you never
Ripperdoors.
ever
The
expected.
defense badge is the best evidence in the world.
You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
What is he talking about?
You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of IV liquid. But there's no proof.
There's no proof he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true.
Huh? He's admitting it?
Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hope. This, I admit, after all, was why linger in the past when the future holds so much.
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin?
Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
Oh, this is the fake one.
What's
then.
this?
This is the victim Magnified Grammar's diary.
Diary?
Wasn't this the fake evidence?
After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciplines. It seems that he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night. Even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Tonight's IV is in...
This does appear. Hey!
Tonight's IV is in. Maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may
Why is
go
there a
on.
side missing?
But not for long. That depends on his hand. All that is left to mine is to lay down this pen.
Oh, this does appear to have been written just before his death.
We know it's fake.
The court accepts this into evidence.
We know the fake
Magnify's diary
evidence.
added to the court record.
Read the very last part with the particular care. This journal may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Romero.
Why his? I mean,
It would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on! Magnified Grammy intended to write again. That is, if Zach Romero didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends! Because Magnify's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Romero.
this is enough. I mean,
Yeah, but whatever. But what does it matter?
Order! Order! I said order! Prosecutor gave in.
I mean, if he wanted to die, then why is this such a big deal?
Wow. Well, it's murder after all.
Are you certain that Magnified Romero wrote this?
There's no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnify did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did...
Since the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Romero.
wasn't there a side missing?
Well, how do you like me now, Herr Freud? Still too green for your taste, huh?
I mean, yeah, it's obvious somebody ripped out a page. He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
Oh, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case.
If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something.
Well, I mean, I have to show. There's no other way.
I'm left with no choice but to show my own
It's
evidence.
obvious if you choose the one you...
What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary.
Huh? It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown the court. Not that if we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves that the victim continued writing his diary.
Alright, I'll be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is...
Well, you can see it was ripped out.
This is the only thing that was ripped out.
Yes.
Do it. Yeah, it is clearly ripped out.
First, take a close look at this diary.
No one saw that the page was missing.
Note that a page has clearly been ripped out.
What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. Because
Wow.
I'm fucking stupid.
That's why we are still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page.
Alaka, don't believe it.
Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifique Grammaire. That's the defense's position.
Wait! Let me see that! Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh my god, what in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary!
Yup.
But wasn't this diary fake or something?
Probably this page is fake. Or something. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnifique's diary.
Well, didn't you say it was a fake diary or something? Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney?
The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Romero left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor, Van Grammaire.
No. No.
The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article. Order! 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 Order!
But wait, that's impossible. The old man couldn't have read that. Couldn't that?
The game crashed. Finally.
Exe error.
You couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright?
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence?
Herr Judge,
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin.
I might request we put a current cross-examination on hold. The prosecutor would like to call new witness.
Wow.
Oh, Prosecutor Gavin! This evidence overturns the current witnesses.
I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor.
Perfect time to stop then.
Well, if you put it that way. Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner.
Done! Though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom.
What's an internet icon?
I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around.
Do we save now?
Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
Isn't it time to...
I beg the court's
do it?
understanding. Hey, look, it's that guy. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony.
A judiciary deal?
The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
Very well. You're the witness, I gather.
Who's voicing him?
Well, you can voice this character.
But I don't know how he sounds.
I'll just sound
Just do
like
it normally.
like an old man. Like our old man.
Oh,
like
yes,
this.
yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
Hey, my name is Drew Misham. I'm a painter.
Apparently, you're somewhat related to this case.
No, well, not per se. I can't do the old man voice. It's
I
hard.
have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is?
Oh, yeah. I know it well.
How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's forged. I made it.
What? You made it?
Yes. You might call it one of my works.
The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Bremer.
Illegal evidence?
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A pattern to the world at large. Drew Mitchell has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Now we lose my badge.
Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is
a fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence.
The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume, but what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
Witness! Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
That I don't know.
What?
Was my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. Make it the items they went and received my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. They, them.
But there's no proof this is a fake.
It's a fake.
Huh?
The word justice sort of problem. I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. And where's the mark for that?
It's probably so small you can't really see it.
I think that
Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court.
It's enough to lose your badge.
It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh, old boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap, a fatal trap.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
do you have an explanation for yourself?
If I did, would the court hear it?
Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney.
Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one!
Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Your Honor?
Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to dig before embarrassing yourself.
I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed.
And there's the update autopsy report.
Hello? Yeah.
Are you dead? Oh wait,
No.
Mr. Attorney.
What the fuck? It was your line. You completely missed it. You missed it longer than Dario does sometimes.
No, Dario misses like a minute or something.
What did you just do, PM? You certainly didn't look at the TV. You certainly didn't look at the game.
Are you making
That's what I
forged
know.
evidence? Are you creating forged
I
evidence?
looked at it, but I forgot I'm voicing him for some reason.
Yeah, right. Yes?
Could I ask your name, man?
Phoenix Wright.
Mr. White. I've seen and understood many people, but not like you. I remember you, Mr. White.
What?
I mean, this is enough to lose the badge.
Oh, I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Zag?
There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible!
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict? When your defendant does not exist?
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
Mr. Enigma!
The defendant escaped! Find him! Quick!
Bailiff! Those are exits from the building! On the double, he must not be allowed to escape!
Wow. That's
That
how we lost the
day, in that
badge.
courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant Shady Enigma, aka Zacramer, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day.
This is the Grandmare's miracle! Except I died, I think.
So,
No verdict was declared.
so was not the page fake or the diary?
The page. After all,
Really?
the defendant didn't exist.
But where's the actual
That's
page
how it
then?
happened. The trial of magician Zacramer vanished along with him for all eternity.
And so my badge also vanished.
The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however. But not until 7 years later.
Wow, perfect way to stop!
Damn, it's late now, damn.
Well, see you guys tomorrow, and then it's Piaf's
Yes.
turn.
Yes.
Now it's Glyden's turn. Bye.